Hello, friends. I hope you're having an excellent morning, afternoon, night, evening, whatever it is you're having when you're watching this. I'm Lady Daydream. On this channel, I talk about all things life and wellness. Today, I want to talk about just the impacts of toxic social media, toxic uh, content, toxic content creators, and the impact that it really has on us, our psyche, how we live life in real time. I just want to talk about that. I've been wanting to talk about this topic for a while, but then part of me just wants to not talk about it. So, but I don't know. I think it's important for people to just like really talk about it and really speak about it. I was inspired to just go ahead and talk about this topic because recently I watched Locked Honey Princess. If you don't know who she is, you should really check her out. Um, so let's just get right into it. Let's talk about the gender wars that are here on this platform. It is ridiculous. It is embarrassing. Like, I am really embarrassed. It is embarrassing. And I feel like people are so just not aware. And it's like, people don't realize how these wars, these content creators, both men and women, people don't realize how it makes us look. Like, it makes us look bad. But I want to talk about, be mindful of who and what you are giving your energy to. A lot of these content creators, they come on, their voices are like nails on a chalkboard. They're always talking about negativity. They're always um just nagging and screaming and talking about things that they don't like, things that they don't want. And the audiences, their audiences, they're big. These people have big audiences. And I think it's really important for people like you, people like me. It's important for us to really be mindful of what we are giving our energy to. If you're listening to, and another thing, I'm sorry, but people who are, yeah, people don't have time like this. People don't have, it's a red flag if people can sit on the internet talking about nothing, talking about ignorant stuff for hours on end. And the audience members, like, it's a red flag. uh yeah, this, I'm sorry, this is gonna be just one big rant, but the first thing I want to say is, a lot of these content creators, they spend so much time talking about what they don't want, who they don't like, things that they despise. Does that make any sense? How does that make sense? How does it make sense to get on this internet and talk about things that you so-called hate, things that you so-called despise, days on end? How does that benefit you as content, as the audience? How does it benefit you to take in content that is negative and that is talking about things that you supposedly don't like? um Another thing, y'all have to realize, social media is not real life. Y'all follow these content creators, y'all have no idea how these people are living their real life. Y'all have no idea how these people are living in real life. And sometimes you get so caught up in these internet beefs and these talking points on the internet, and you have to go out in the world and you have to interact with everybody. And I just think it's so toxic. And also, y'all pay attention whenever you're watching something, whenever you're listening to something, pay attention, how does it make you feel? Like, for real, how does it make you feel? And people don't think about that. Like, everything is energy, and a lot of these people that get on the internet and they're having the gender roles, they are stealing your energy. They are stealing your good energy that you could be using to live your life in real time, that you could be using to make the best out of your life. But you listen to these people for 45 minutes, for an hour, for 3 hours, for 5 hours, or probably more. And they have taken all your energy, and sometimes you don't realize it. And I'll give y'all an example. So this is how powerful things are, things that we take in. This is how powerful media is. When I'm one of my favorite songs is what's that song? Love Galore by SZA. Like, when I sing that song, when that song comes on, like, I would sing it right now, but I don't want to embarrass myself. When Love Galore comes on, I know all the words. I'm saying the words I can't say on the internet right now, and I'm saying it with power, with conviction. And my husband hates when I listen to that song because he like, well, damn, what did I do? And that's just how powerful music is. When I'm about to be intimate with my man, I put on Summer Walker sometimes, or I might put on another song because it puts you in a mood. When I want to feel inspired and positive, and I put on Joel Osteen. Like, I'm literally walking you through the different emotions I feel when I listen to certain people. And that's what happens when you guys are listening to some of these content creators. There are times where, like, I haven't been watching them lately, but there have been times where I will watch certain content creators that are online, um, talking about the same, that they got the same man, and I just feel, how do I feel? I just feel low. I feel low. Like, I just feel low. I feel drained. There are other content creators that I don't know. Yeah, these people are draining your energy, and I want to just talk about this so that you know, if you want these people to drain your energy, hey, have at it. But the world is bigger than these internet streets. The world is so much bigger than that. And I think a lot of us need to turn off turn off, just not, I'm not going to say turn off, but be more mindful of who you're giving your ear to, because that stuff impacts you. Some, and a lot of women, I know y'all get on the internet, and y'all are independent women. Y'all get on the internet and y'all don't like these people, y'all would never talk to these type of people, but it's all about character, y'all. And that's a message that I feel like, when it comes to talking to women about romantic relationships, I feel like we leave out character. Y'all never talk, people are never on here talking about character. And doesn't character comes in all different forms. Good character comes in all different forms. So, I don't know. I'm not gonna hold y'all too long, but I want to just say, be mindful of who you're giving your ear to. And also, y'all need to open up y'all blinders. Like, I feel like when it comes to social media, a lot of times we as an audience, we have on blinders because we like a person. I remember years ago, I still love Amy Winehouse, but I was a Amy Winehouse fan. And the thing about being a fan or a stan for somebody, you don't care what they do. When it came to Amy Winehouse, I didn't care what her life looked like. I just know that I loved her music and I connected with her. And it didn't matter that she was not in her right mind. It didn't matter that she had a use disorder. None of that mattered to me because I'm an Amy Winehouse fan. And that's what a lot of y'all do on this platform. You guys follow people who their backgrounds look a little sketchy. You follow people who literally have ruined their marriages on the internet. Like literally, they allowed the internet to ruin their marriage. But these are the people that you follow. Not saying that people are perfect. I'm not saying that. Not saying that people have to be perfect. Not saying people have to live perfect lives. Not saying that life doesn't happen to everybody. But what I am saying that is y'all follow people blindly. Like people have whole people have whole personality disorders and you guys follow these people. Like and it's not I'm not and it's okay to have a personality disorder. I probably have some. I have mental disorders. I cope with depression and anxiety, especially seasonal affective disorder. But I say that just to say y'all follow people blindly, and it doesn't matter what their lives look like in real time. We just follow them. So y'all live life in real terms. And another thing, don't get on the internet saying everything. The internet is forever and people are watching, even people that you wouldn't think are watching these things, everybody is watching and it looks foolish and it's embarrassing. Like I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. And another thing I want to talk about, I feel like y'all take a break from the internet because the internet will have you thinking that everybody is living their best life. The internet will have you thinking everybody is just living luxury. Just everybody is living their best life. Meanwhile, like Google is for everybody and you can look at stats like the average salary in the United States is probably 40 to $50,000. So how is everybody living their best life? Y'all have to get off the internet. Y'all really do. Um yeah, y'all just we have to spend more time off the internet. So I just wanted to share that with you all. And then, ladies, I feel like as women, we are just so, I don't know the word for it, but I feel like as women, we are so impressionable. Or sometimes we as women, we always want to better ourselves to the point that we're looking outside of ourselves for answers. And sometimes that can be dangerous. And I'm just thinking about, um, hmm, I don't know. I just want to have like a real conversation. So I remember like during the whole level up movement, I remember, and y'all know I'm a like I like a Share Star Goddess, but on her other channel, her relationship channel, which I like the channel, but some of the stuff she would say I couldn't get with. And for that reason, I stopped following her relationship channel because it's like, you're not gonna come on the internet and tell me that hair that grows out of my head is not okay. Like And this is a bad hair day. Like, no. So I feel like sometimes you guys have to take a break. Take a break off of the internet. Um, these content creators have hands down, these content creators have probably ruined y'all dating lives. I'm just gonna go on a little rant. I'm just gonna tell the truth. These content creators have ruined your dating life because instead of looking at character, instead of looking at a man for who he is, his character, his career, what he's doing in life, his goals, the type of person he is, how he's meeting those goals, the internet has y'all believing that y'all should be with people 20 years your senior, 30, 40 years your senior. The internet has you thinking that you're going to meet somebody and life is just going to be good. Life is going to be perfect. They're going to already arrive. If you haven't arrived, how do you I don't know. I guess also I was raised different. So I was kind of raised by my grandparents, and I was raised with my grandparents telling me about their first Christmas and how on their first Christmas invited everybody over for dinner and they have to sit on crates because they didn't have a table. And these are the same grandparents that sent me to college, even though I got student loans. These are the same grandparents that have sent me to college, the same grandparents that had me in golf camp, that got me my first pair of golf clubs when I was in 5th grade. These are the same grandparents who have owned 3 homes in their lifetime. So a lot of times people on the internet, they'll make you believe that, relationships are easy or you just gonna live this lavish life. But people don't tell you like life is cyclical. Life is a process. And that just reminds me of my process. Y'all can go to my old channel and no, y'all can probably see videos on this channel. When I first started this channel, I started this channel. I started this channel. I don't know. Maybe around the time that I first met my husband. Y'all, I was dealing with an eviction. After that lease ended, I remember I moved with my now husband. He was my boyfriend there. I moved with him. He lived in like a 500 or 600 square feet apartment. We lived in that 600 square foot apartment together. And then we moved to a bigger apartment. Then we moved to a townhouse. Like, you grow with people. So I don't know. I feel like a lot of times people on the internet, they don't give y'all real life advice. In real life, the things that you should look for in a spouse, of course, you should look at their career. You should look at how much money they make. You should look at what type of mindset they have. You should look at all those things, and you should also look at character. A man making such and such amount of money doesn't mean anything if he has bad character or if he does not manage his money right. So, yeah, I say that. Yeah. And I say that because I feel like, I don't know, I see this in real life, and I'm kind of deviating from the original subject, but in real life, I see women uh missing out on good people because they're so caught up in what the internet is saying, and the internet is feeding you bullshit. So, I don't know. I don't know. Like, yeah. So, I don't know. I might be different, I could be wrong, but I just feel like I don't know, I just don't agree with a lot of the things that I see on the internet, and I feel like it's ruining your lives. One of my friend that probably makes the most amount of money right now, when her and her husband got together, they were like, we had all graduated. And I have seen my friend and her husband, I've seen them live in a small apartment to a nice luxury apartment to now they own a home. And that's what real life is. When I met my husband, and my husband has a technology degree, but when I met my husband, he wasn't using his technology degree. And but I saw something in my husband, I was like, whoa, anything my husband wants to do, he's gonna research it, he's gonna put the time in. He's gonna work a 9 to 5, and then before work and after work, he's gonna work on his craft. I'm like, okay, this is a guy that I can trust. I can trust him. Um, and I'm not gonna tell y'all my business for real, but I've seen my husband go from, okay, I want to do this, and then put little bugs in his ear like, hey, you have this background, you should utilize this. And now he's working toward using his degree. And so I say all that just to say life is cyclical. Years ago, when me and my husband met, we could never afford freaking $1,700 rent. We couldn't afford it. So I say all that just to say, y'all have to look at more than like superficial things. You have to look at more than a person's looks. You have to look at more than what a person drives. You need to look at the heart and the character of a person. Does this person spend money well? Is this person responsible? Does this person love you, and does he show up for you? Is he a hard worker? Does he make excuses? Is he the type of person that's gonna make excuses? Can he keep a job? And I'm not saying that you should like be in the mud with the dudes. I would never say that. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that life is a process. And if you talk to most couples have stories like, "Oh my god, I remember when we were in that tiny apartment? Remember that?" Like, and I guess I'm different because I remember being in undergrad thinking, I'm like, I came to college to meet my husband. I remember telling my friends, like, yeah, I came here to get a degree, but I came here to meet my husband. They were like, why are you saying that? You need to be focused on your studies. And I'm like, nah, two heads is better than one. Like, two heads are better than one. Um, And that's true. If I was a and I'm not saying, and I do believe that of course women, we should all have our purpose. I believe every woman should have her own money. I believe that. But I also know, for me personally, if if yeah, I cannot keep a job to save my life. So for me, two heads is definitely better than one. Um, okay, I want to acknowledge everyone in the chat. Yeah, let me know if you guys like have any other comments or any topics you want to talk about. Thank you, Akil. Thank you, Spider Moose. Thank you, Caitlin, for joining me. Um, Spider Moose says, "Why are you embarrassed?" I'm just embarrassed at how I'm embarrassed of how my community of how we act on these internet streets. I'm embarrassed by it. I don't still golf. To tell you the truth, I did not appreciate golfing with my grandparents, and I didn't appreciate golf camp. I can appreciate it now that I'm older, though. People no longer believe in building with their mate. Yeah. And you know what? The other side of it is, and I understand it, and I'm 100%. Women that look like me, we have had to struggle. We have had to live hard lives. So I understand that. And I'm all for, I do not believe that we should struggle. I don't believe that we should live hard lives. I believe that we deserve to be able to live however we want to live. And I remember, I'm just going to be honest with y'all. I remember I remember years ago, I would always pray. I would be like, Lord, I just want to have white people problems. Lord, I want to have white people problems. I will always pray. I always pray for white people problems. And I feel like I'm at a place in life where I do. I might get on this internet and say, woe is me, but the reality is I got white people problems. Um, I I understand. I don't think that women should be putting in hard labor and getting it in the mud with a dude. I don't believe that, but I also believe that, things are a process. And if you marry a person that's in your age range, we are all trying to get it. Like, and the person that you marry, where he's at when you marry him, probably isn't gonna be where he's, yeah. So I won't tell you guys my husband's his current job, but when I met my husband, he was working in insurance, and he had goals of being uh like insurance, I can't remember what it was, like an auditor or something. He had goals of being an auditor. And because two heads are better than one, and men, you guys need women. Like, and I always feel like, I don't feel bad, but I always like, I don't even know how to express it. Like, I don't feel bad because, like, okay, do you? But I kind of, in my head, I'm laughing at the dudes that feel like you don't need a woman. No, you don't need to, no, women don't need to support their men financially or hold their men down like that. But a woman, your role is, your presence is inspiring. And just my mere presence allows my husband to be better and achieve his goals. My mere presence, my support, my words. Um, Caitlin says, I met my husband in college. Caitlin, I cannot relate. I cannot relate. I wanted to so bad, but yeah, so good for you, Caitlin. Okay, Caitlin also says, I see certain sides of the gender war, but when you're building with in a genuine relationships, it's frowned upon in certain spaces. Building is not always equal to struggling. Yeah. And I think what you brought up, I think that is, I think that's a really good point. Um, yeah, I like that. Building isn't the same as struggle. And I think as a community, we have had to struggle so much. we have had to fight so much that it could be we're just tired and we don't want to differentiate the difference between. But the truth is, and I see it in my real life, I see women like I see women like y'all, and y'all on these women are leading y'all to nowhere. Like, you probably want to be in good relationships with these, like, you probably want things for your life, and listening to these people on the internet, you won't get it because they preach like, oh, you need to be with this person or that person, and it's all about character. And I'm not really a person, I don't like to, I don't know, I like to just stay out of things, but I'm just gonna be frank and straight up. So you guys know, y'all can look at me. I'm a chocolate girl. I remember being in no, 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 not middle school. I remember being in high school and having conversations with my grandmother about how, man, it seems like the boys don't like me or whatever, whatever. And my grandmother taught me at a young age, my family taught me at a young age that I was beautiful, that my skin was beautiful. But also my grandmother, she trying, how do I say it? My grandmother always also she had conversations with me about our community and about how our men act sometimes, about how sometimes our men they have certain preferences with skin color and stuff like that. And my grandmother is a lighter skinned woman, but even she, as a lighter skinned woman, um, has experienced not what I've experienced, but probably some level of it because my family is from Alabama, so my grandmother would tell me stories about how the boys, they didn't want the light, they wanted the yellow. So there's a difference between being light skinned and high yellow. And she would tell me that kind of stuff. But long story short, I grew up at a young age knowing that it was okay for me to um like be open to everybody, like be open to men from everywhere, all different cultures and backgrounds, backgrounds and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know, y'all get on this internet and y'all praise certain people, and it's not about that. It's about the specific person. It's about character over everything. And when you guys get on this internet and you what you're doing, you're kind of fetishizing certain people. When you get on this internet and you put certain people on a pedestal and you fetishize them, um, I don't know. And there's nothing wrong with trying to think of, I try to like be politically correct, but I don't know. I just feel like the way that people act, I feel like y'all gonna be, I don't know. These people gonna have you somewhere in somebody's trailer park. And trailer parks are not bad because trailer parks are affordable homes. But I feel like these people are gonna have you in somebody's trailer park. And you just gonna think, oh, because this person is from this community. And y'all, it's all about character. It's about character, character over everything. So, and I'm not gonna lie, I am shallow. When it comes to looks, I'm not shallow. When it comes to looks with men, like, look, hand me the ugliest dude. That was my motto. Like, hand me the ugliest. I don't care about looks, but I do care about character. I care about pockets. I care about what your major is. I was kind of, I'm not gonna lie, when it came to dating, when I was single, I only wanted to date guys that had computer degrees or engineering degrees. And that's probably why the universe gave me a man with a computer degree that had no desire to use it when I met him. He was like burnt out, but I don't know. I just say all that just to say it's important to just really consider the character and also be intentional about your lives. Be intentional about how you live life because sometimes I don't know, I feel like sometimes when you're not intentional about how you live your life, it causes resentment and it stirs up like bitterness. And then the thing about when we have pain or when we have resentment or bitterness, we don't keep it to ourselves. Like we share that with other people. So it's kind of like I know sometimes during therapy, there's a book where the author talks about clean pain and dirty pain. And clean pain is the pain that you have within yourself. You've experienced things in life and you just have pain within yourself. But the dirty pain is that clean pain that you had, but you try to put that on other people. And I feel like the internet is just full of that. The internet is full of dirty pain, of people just spewing out their pains and their hurts and their bitterness and their insecurities on other people. And because people are not aware and they don't know the impacts of simply listening and watching something, that now you're living life thinking that all certain people are bad, or you're going through life in real time thinking that you have to look different from how you actually look. And it's unfortunate. Um yeah. All right. Do you guys have any other topics that you want to talk about? Yeah, take a break from social media. Take a break from social media. I've been taking my own break from social media. Like if it's negative, like I've even taken a break from because I'm the type of person I always want to be better. I always want more. And I've even taken a break from and I've kind of unsubscribed from all of the self-help stuff because I feel like sometimes we can be in this constant state of I want to get it. I want to be better. I want to do this. I want to do that. That you're not, that sometimes we miss the blessings that are in the right now. And some of you guys know uh, I lost my job because I failed my clinical exam twice. And then also, I got fired from my job because they accused me of attempting to fraud them because I couldn't work and I applied for unemployment. And I didn't realize that you can't, I didn't realize that contract employees can't get unemployment, but they accused me of fraud. And it's like, whoa, okay, whatever. But I say all that just to say I've been going through my own low points in life. And I had to look around and realize, like, yeah, things suck right now, but you have everything you need. You can pay your bills. You live in a nice home in a safe area. You live in the hills. Things are not that goddamn bad. So I don't know. I feel like sometimes social media can put you in a state of just not being content with who you are and what you have. And it's important for us to step back sometimes, step back from social media and be in the real life, like be in the now. Because what will happen is, I don't know. I feel like sometimes when we're not, I don't know, I feel like sometimes we set ourselves up for failure because eventually the universe is going to be like, okay, well, you know what? If you don't appreciate the life that I provided for you here, maybe you shouldn't have it. So, like, I don't know. I just think we need to um just be more in the now. Thank you, Caitlin. Moose says every man needs the love of a good woman, and vice versa. I feel like in our community, we the way trauma works, the way that like intergenerational trauma works, it keeps passing down. Sometimes during therapy, you might be so sometimes I might during therapy, I might have a conversation with somebody I'm working with, and maybe we're talking about relationships, maybe we're talking about like family relationships. And sometimes I ask a patient, like, well, tell me about the relationship that your mother had with her mother. Like, how was that relationship? And okay, well, and then they tell me about the relationship between their mother's mother and their grandmother. And it's like, oh, okay. Well, it makes sense the relationship that you're having with your mother. That makes sense now. And that's the thing that happens in our community. Like, we don't know how to be a family. Like the rest of the world, they know how to get married and just be a family. And we don't know how to do that. And it's not just on one person. I hate the conversation about people saying, "Oh, women don't do this or women don't do that." Or women don't want this and women don't. I sometimes I hate that conversation because my personal experience, I remember being in graduate school and I lived in a community near my campus, and the school that I go to is like really big on medicine. So I would see so many couples that are not from the culture that I'm from. I would see so many couples, young, married, in medical school together, like building together. And then I would date, and whenever I dated mostly everybody, there was only one group that, like, if I date you, you gotta, like, if I date you, there was only one group that I kind of shied away from. And if I did date them, it's because, okay, you might be a part of this group, but also you're a part of another group because, like, you're biracial, whatever. But anyway, whenever I would date guys from my culture when I was in grad school, they'll be like, "Oh, um, I'm just still trying to figure out my life and I don't want to be in a relationship right now because I'm still in school, or I don't want to be in a relationship right now because I'm still trying to find my confidence and I'm still trying to find my way." And I'm like, what does that have to do with, okay, all right, y'all got it. You can have it. You can have it. All right, you can have it. Like men don't realize the value a woman adds to your life. When I met my husband dang near changed. When I met my husband, within, trying to think, we had only been together for maybe like 3 months. And he started on a journey to change his whole career path because I read a passage from my favorite book to him, and it inspired him so much that he, like, left insurance and went down another career path and started a website that he actually gets paid from. He actually gets paid from his website. That's the that's what having a woman in your life will do for you. Like, a woman will inspire you. A woman will keep you going. Um, because the mere fact of her presence, like, you have somebody to provide for. Like, a woman makes your life better. And I don't know, it's just it's unfortunate. And then also, I don't know. There's just so many problems, and I feel like a lot of people on the internet, they're talking about the problem, but they're not really talking about the problem. Like, we don't really talk about the problem. We don't really talk about the real problem is both men and women don't nobody's thinking about character. So that's the real problem. Um, but also, ladies, man, when it comes to for men out there, I think men, I feel like you can tell a lot about a person by what they take in, what they're watching. A lot of these men that are on these podcasts or whatever, or a lot of men that are tuning into these podcasts on your daily, it's not healthy. I wouldn't date a person like that. Because if you have that much time to spend on these internet streets, it's a red flag for me. And you can tell a lot about a person by what they consume. When I look at my husband, he's a nice guy, quality dude. He treats me really well. Uh, yeah, like, he's ambitious. He's a hard worker. He's very disciplined. Good dude. When I look at the content that he consumes, either it's about investing, or him teaching himself a new skill, it's about tech, or it's about comedy, or it's about Dragon Ball Z. And guess what? He don't got a lot of hours to consume that content. He's consuming content on his lunch break, or when he's winding down for bed between the hours of 7 and 8 o'clock. So you can tell a lot about just how a person is spending their life. And women too. Like, as women, do you think you can consume content where it sounds like people are scratching their nails on a chalkboard, complaining and nagging about people you supposedly don't care about? Ladies, do you think you can consume that content and not be bitter, or not have the energy of nails on a chalkboard? Like, no. So, y'all, this is a whole rant. I'm gonna get off of here soon. But let me know if you guys have, like, any other questions or anything, or any other topics that you want to talk about. Mm, maybe it's cultural. Yeah, it's sad that we don't appreciate marriage more. Like, and you guys know I'm not a Christian, but there's a blessing in marriage. Like, I'm not a Christian, but there's something about marriage where like there's a blessing in it. And I remember I watched this guy, he's a finance guy here on YouTube. I remember he did a video about like the purpose of marriage. And in that video, he was talking about marriage is an institution. And yeah. I don't remember his name. I think his name might be like Diamond Dave or something like that. It was a pretty good video. Uh-huh. I would, yeah. But anyway, like life, marriage is a like I swear to you, even dudes might think that like they're winning just because they have a long-term girlfriend. You're not. I promise you, if you marry that long-term girlfriend, you will start seeing just like good things happen to you. I've seen it so much. Like I've seen people get married and it just seems like after they get married, they just start winning. Like career gets better, they start making more money. Like there's something about marriage. And even with me, like I'm not gonna say we've never struggled. Like our struggle has been we lived in a one bedroom apartment that was like 500 or 600 square feet. That's our struggle. But during our marriage, like during our marriage, it's been a up and up. So there's something about just being married. Um, Spider Muse, no. You need to listen to me. And that's another thing, like a lot of guys get on this internet and y'all talk about how marriage it's a scam. Don't do it. She gonna take you for everything. And it's like, no. It's a red flag. And it's poverty mindset. If you're a guy and you don't want to get married because you think a girl is going to take you for everything, 9 times out of 10, the men that talk like that are making 30 and $40,000 a year. And at that like y'all don't like why do you think all the powerful people in the world, all the people that make good money, they are married? If you can only go so far as a man, you can only go so far without a wife. Women can live really good lives. Like women can be successful without men. We can live really good lives without men. Like even me, if I love being married, I love my husband, I love the support, but women, we can live good lives. Like if I weren't married, yeah, it'll be pretty rough. I'll really have to be about my business and I would have to get it. But I'm in a field where like as a therapist, once I get my license as a therapist, uh I don't even have to work 40 hours a week and I can make good money. Like when I was working, y'all, I was making a regular salary and I was only working about 15. I was only working like 15 to maybe 21 hours a week and I was making your average salary. working part-time. So women, we know how to, like, women can be successful, but men, y'all need us. Like, y'all need us. And when you think you don't need a woman, it's because you haven't had one. It's because you've never had a wife. Like, it's a mindset thing. It's a mindset thing. Like, and men, y'all value money, y'all value power, you guys value success, you guys value all of that. And it's hard for y'all to obtain that without a wife. Um Caitlin says married men live longer. Yes, because men don't take care of themselves. When you're married, my man takes care of himself. Like, he inspires me to take care of myself. But y'all know he's all about like health and fitness and all that kind of stuff. But it is true. Men live longer when they have a wife because men don't take care of themselves. Men not gonna go to the doctors. They're not gonna go to the dentist. They're not gonna see about themselves like women do. Like, women, we when it comes to like healthcare, women, we take pretty good care of ourselves. I'm at the doctor every month just to get a vitamin B shot. Like, women, we take better care of ourselves. So, and if you're married, you're gonna have a woman to kind of hold you accountable to see about yourself. So, and this it's unfortunate, but it's okay. And that's another reason why people have to focus on them and their own lives. Like, you can't be so community minded all the time, because if you're too community minded, the community will lead you the community will not lead you anywhere good. Like, that's why it's important for us to spend more time in real life, focusing on ourselves, our families, uh, like developing ourselves in real time, and not be having internet wars, because people are gonna do what they want to do, and you can't change the mindset of a group of men that think that they don't need marriage, even though you can look at the rest of the men in the world of other cultures who are married and they're winning because they have a structured family. There's blessing in structural families. And then most men that say they don't want to get married, they don't say that they don't want to have children. And children deserve to children need two parents. I don't care if it's two men, two women, a man and a woman. Children need two parents. I mean, you can look at the animals to see that. Like, when you look at the ducks and the geese, penguins, for God's sake. Like, when you look at the animal kingdom, they have structural families. All right. I probably need to get off of here. I can see how people be wasting time on the internet. I gotta get out of here. I gotta go study. But I want to just thank you all for just I want to thank you guys for just spending time with me. Thank you for the people who are watching. Thank you for the people who have commented. Thank you for the people who have maybe you're watching, not commenting. I appreciate all of it. Thank you so much for your likes. And thank you for the people who are going to watch the replay. I also want to just say thank you to Akil, Spider Moose, Caitlin. Thank you for all of you who have like kept the conversation going in the chat. So I hope you have a good day. And the point of this live was just to encourage people to just be very cognizant of what you're giving your time to, what you're giving your ears and your eyes to, because social media has a huge impact on our emotions, on our psyches, and then we take that into the world that we live in real life. So I want to make this video to really just talk about that because we don't talk about it enough. Um, and also, if you have been feeling like, man, I don't know how I feel about this person anymore, or I don't know about this content anymore, or man, this is draining me. I'm tired of listening to this person complain on the internet about people they so-called can't stand time after time. If you've been feeling like you need to step back or pull away, I encourage you to do that. This is your sign. This is your wake up call to spend less time on the internet. And yeah, um yep, this is that. And then also know that people aren't showing you everything. The people that y'all love and adore, the people that y'all support, they're not showing you everything. They're not showing you their real life. And also, uh, there's this saying, what's that saying? I can't remember the saying, but there's like, I think the saying is like there's wisdom in wise counsel, or something to that matter. And I don't know, I think it's just important for you to really be mindful of who you're listening to and think about like the things that you want in life. Like, what do you want your life to look like? And are the people that you're giving your ear to, that you're giving so much of your time to, are they aiding in what you want for your life, or are they kind of just, is it not helpful for what you want for yourself? So that's just my little soapbox. So all right, y'all, I'm gonna go study and everything, but thank you so much for watching. I will see y'all soon. Take care.